Hello, friends. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for joining me for another episode of my weekly live video. Welcome to Stampin' for Fun. My name is Genevieve Coe, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Markham, Ontario, Canada. So I kind of fell into this journey for fun, for connection, to get a break from my babies. That was like 17 years ago. So, but I've loved the journey, had a wild ride, still having a wild ride, and I'm excited to be with you this week. So you might notice that even though the video is coming live, I'm not actually here with you on Tuesday morning, which makes me a little sad, but I'm very proud of myself that I remembered to record. I am at a conference for work, and yes, I remembered that I would be away on Tuesday, so I'm so excited to record this for you. So some reminders of things that are going on. One is my renovation. If you haven't heard about my renovation, please check it out. It's not a physical renovation in the sense that I don't own a building that I'm renovating, but I think of my stamping business as a entity, and I'm doing a little housekeeping and renovating this summer. So my weekly live videos will be on hold. It doesn't mean that I won't do videos. It probably means that I might just do pop-up things here or there, or just not be as consistent as I have been as I try to figure out what my new rhythm is going to be. If you want to find out more about my renovation, you can just go to my link tree and click on my blog. And if you, I can't remember when I posted it, maybe at the beginning of the month, you can go to a blog post from earlier this month and you'll hear all about the reasons why I'm doing a kind of renovation refresh in my business. So, but I am excited to be joining you. It's even more precious that I'm with you this week because I won't be here every week starting probably in July sometime. And we're nearing the end of our series on our product of the month. But don't be alarmed. You can still shop and get a little gift from me. So instead of it being a class packet, it will be a package of embellishments, which is usually around $11 or $12 value. That's before tax. So it's a great reason to shop. Just a little gift from me to thank you for your support. Just make sure to use the June host code that's on the screen or in the description. What else can I tell you that's going on? The sale, the Stamp and Die bundle sale, is only on until the end of the month. This is an offer from Stampin' Up! All Stamp and Die bundles, which are kind of bundled together, they're already 10% off. But during June, they're giving you an additional 10% off for a total of 20% off. So it's awesome. You're going to want to take advantage. There's a lot of beautiful bundles, ones that I've actually showcased in the past, like the Lava Latte, the one with the soda pop can. So there's lots there. I'll try to post some pictures later, but I just don't want you to miss it. I think some of you don't realize what an amazing deal it is. So look at those bundles. If you haven't yet ordered from the new catalog, take a look and take a peek and take advantage. Okay, so make sure you know where to go in my online store. So what you have to do is you have to go to stampinup.ca and you can view all the sale bundles there. All you have to do is go to specials. Let me see whether I can screen share for you. That might make it easier. The other thing, besides just the Stampin' Dies that are on sale, the cut and emboss machine is on sale. So if for some reason you've been holding off shopping for one or getting one, now is the time because it is 10% off as well. So you're going to want to make sure my name is in the top left corner so that it shows shopping with Genevieve Coe. You're going to want to click specials and then bundle sale. So right there, you will see the bundles that are on special. Okay, yes. I wanted to show you, we used this Friends for Life bundle at our stamp camp, the Team Stick Stamp Camp last Saturday. I'll see if I can grab the cards to show you. And I'm very excited about the Citrus Bloom bundle. I should have played with it this month since it was on special, but That's the first thing I'm going to do when I get a break in the summer is play with this one. This one makes my heart pitter patter so much. Let me just show you some of the samples. You can see the sample there on the screen. Let's see if they've got some other beautiful samples here. There we go. Let's see whether you can see that there. Right? Let's see if we click on it. Does anything happen? No. Okay. That frame is so gorgeous. And then there's this one here. Again, using that frame, the designer series paper. It's just such beautiful, beautiful projects. Okay, anyway, it's on sale. So, but don't forget, if you don't have a cut and emboss machine, that's the first thing you're going to want to get during the sale because it is 10% off and it almost never goes on sale. Actually, I don't even recall a time that it was on sale. So very exciting. Let's dive into our stamping project. Drop a line and say hello to me. Let me know where you're from, because even though I'm in Markham, I travel all over and I love to connect with people all over. So I've got team members on my team from, gosh, I don't know, from British Columbia all the way to Newfoundland. So we've got a really dynamic team. If as you're shopping, you're realizing, gosh, there's quite a lot of things on my wish list, then the best thing to do is join my team Stick Stampers. You can just go to my link tree and find a link to sign up and become a part of our demonstrator community. It's so great. Besides the ongoing discount that you get as a demonstrator, you also get access to exclusive demonstrator type events. You get access to being first to see the new catalogs, the first to order. So there's a lot of membership benefits. Everyone is welcome to join. And I'd love to have you as part of the community. So don't be shy at all. I'm happy to help you, or you can just click the join my team link in the link tree, or you can find the link in the description. Okay, so that's, yeah, with the sale going on, you might get really excited and want to get quite a few bundles. So it might make sense to get it in the starter kit. I'd love to have you join our team. Okay, who remembers what our product of the month is? It's the gorgeous Layers of Beauty. I just remembered I should bring the cards. Okay, hang on. Please hold. I will get the cards that I wanted to show you. Okay. So it's the Layers of Beauty bundle. Unfortunately, it's not one of the ones on discount this month. I mean, it's already on discount because it's a bundle, but it's not on sort of extra discount, but it's still awesome to get it while it's available. So I'm featuring the Layers of Beauty stamp set, but the bundle includes the decorative masks as well as the dies. Oh, you know what? I should put my camera on. Duh. Okay, let me put this here. There we go. Then you can see my tabletop. Okay. Oh, you already got a sneak peek of our card today. So the first week we did this pretty card. So I always love to start sweet and stunning and simple. And so the large floral image, it can be also used as a background image, as you can see here. So it's just giving a subtle background. I'm letting the paper and the focal sentiment do the work there for us. So that was in week 1. And then episode 2, is that right? So episode 2 was last week. And I used our beautiful brushed gold note cards and envelopes. So stunning. And I showed how we can use the blending brushes and the decorative masks to create that depth and color there. Okay, so this card makes me so happy. Anyway, I think it's the note card too. The gold brush note cards are a great thing to add on. I don't even know if they're available. I think they were on low inventory because they're so popular. Anyway, if something's available, you should get it when it's available because things can sell out. So this week, let me see here. Got all sorts of, I tried to do a little cleanup, but there's still a lot of crazy action going on. Too many things on my table, not enough space. Okay. So those of you who placed a minimum $60 order last month, you should have got your packet in the mail. If you didn't get it, it should be coming really soon. I mailed it out last week, I think, early last week. So you should have gotten it by now, unless you have a slow mail carrier. Okay, so this week, we're still going to use this large floral stamp. It is kind of a wonderful kind of highlight stamp there. Okay. And I'm using this colored cardstock. It's called Shy Shamrock. We're going to use this as a layer, but our card base is going to be the basic white thick. Oops, maybe I shouldn't put it on there. Just let me score it. I do find the thick white cardstock, it's nicer if you can do a nice crisp score line there. So I'm going to do that. Okay. Okay. And this will be our layer on top. Hello, Shy Shamrock. It's one of our new in colors, which means it's available to be purchased. The ink pads are available to be purchased as a bundle, where you can get all 5 ink pad colors with the new in colors at a bundle discounted price, which is really nice. And I recommend getting this year's colors simply because they make me happy. So if you're not familiar with them, here they are. This is Shy Shamrock, Summer Splash, Petunia Pop, and Pretty in Pink, and Peach Pie. Okay, don't these colors make you happy? They make me so happy. So if you're looking to increase the ink colors in your collection, take advantage of these beauties. Just remember to make sure, I would recommend getting the re-inker. These colors are more like our trendy colors, so they will probably leave after a couple of years, but get them while they're hot and happening. So let me put these back on my shelf here, since I just cleaned up my tabletop before this video, and I'm trying not to make it all messy again. Okay. So this layer will go on top. I don't think we're going to stamp anything. I think we're okay. We'll just pop it down. I'm kind of seeing which way. There kind of sometimes is a front and back depending how the paper was cut. That's why I was looking. So I'm doing my usual 1/4 inch border here. So this cardstock for the base is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. The Shy Shamrock cardstock layer is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then this layer on top is 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. So I'm just going down 1/4 inch to get that nice border. Okay, so we'll take this large piece here, and I'm going to grab my black ink, and we will stamp. So let's ink this up. I do find with really large background style stamps that it works easier to ink it up this way with the stamp face up and the ink pad tapping on it. Okay. And then I'm always like with these large stamps, I just want to make sure I'm getting it all. There we go. Okay, so we'll push down. So you'll remember this is how we started our card last week as well. Just starting out with this gorgeous floral image. Okay, beautiful. And as you can see on the first card, it is totally fine. You don't have to color it in if you don't want to, because it is a gorgeous line image here. You can use it as is, which we will next week, but this week I wanted to color it for you, so we'll keep that there. Okay, and do you guys remember the masks? Okay, so what I did last time, and I'll do the same this time, is I'm going to tape this to my surface, just using a little washi tape here, just so that it doesn't shift around. So we'll do that. Okay. I got a lot of comments last week that you guys loved this card. So I'm so glad you loved the magic of the shading. And I can't remember who it was. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I'm sorry, I have the worst memory, but someone was saying they're visually impaired and they can still get this depth of color because there's the mask makes it so easy. So we're going to use the mask again today, but instead of using the blending brushes, I was super curious about using blends markers. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use the blends markers. Well, you'll see how I'm going to use it. So I'm just going to use the first mask. So remember I shared last week, there's a little number here. There it is, the number 1. I don't know. Hang on. So you want to make sure you're putting the mask on the right way. The number 1 should be popped up here. Okay, so that you've got it. This is the top. This is the bottom. Okay, so what I'm going to do is line up the mask. So I do find layer number 1 pretty easy to eyeball, which helps. Okay, so we're just going to make it line up here. Okay, and then what I do is I put the little tick mark here just to kind of give me a bit of a visual for the next mask where I'm shooting for. Okay. Okay. And then what I thought I'd do is, let's see here, grab my blends marker. So this is the Petunia Pop Light, and I've got the Petunia Pop Dark. I told you I'm in love with the new in colors. So let's use the light, and I am going to, you can use the bullet tip or the brush tip. It's totally up to you. Okay, so I'm just using the bullet tip so that I can kind of control around the mask there. Okay, I did notice that it left kind of a little outline of color on my mask. I'm not super worried about it, but I guess if I wanted to remove it, I could use some rubbing alcohol and it would come off, but I'm not really worried about it. So I'm just using the mask to color. Okay, so maybe I'll just outline first. Around the mask. Okay. There we go. Okay, and then we'll use our brush tip. Now, if you're using the brush tip, use the side. You want a really gentle touch when you're using the blends markers, okay? So just gentle is the name of the game here, okay? So let's color that in. Let's add the color. Okay, so this is going to give a totally different effect than using the blending brushes, which we used last week. So I want you to see that the blends marker gives a much darker layer of color. It's more pop, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I don't know. I've never seen anyone use their blends marker with the masks, but I thought, why not? It's just a stencil. So that's why I'm just going for it. Now, Stampin' Up! Does recommend that you use the Memento ink pad with the blends markers. So it's, I don't know, it doesn't tend to bleed when you're using the alcohol markers and the Memento pad. Okay, so let's do this one as well. Okay, if I wanted to outline with the bullet tip, I can. I'm just being really gentle with the brush tip. Okay, because otherwise, if you ruin the tip, it's hard to get the same kind of precision that you want. So I'm very gentle and I use the side of the marker. Okay, and then same thing here. See, so with our, if we're maintaining the tip of the brush, it makes it easy to get into these little areas. Now, don't be afraid if I don't color everything, because some white spots do add a little bit of charm. It's not a problem whatsoever. Okay, so let's do that. So I've got a really busy weekend this weekend, or I guess by the time you're watching this video, it's last weekend. So we had like a meeting for our missions team going up north. So we have some mandatory training that we have to do with the organization um, for safety reasons, because we'll be working with a vulnerable population. So I did that on Saturday, and you can tell me in the comments what you did on the weekend. Okay. But yes, that was, and then it was friend's house for dinner, and then Sunday driving off to the convention. So the direct sellers convention. Okay, so we've laid down our first layer of color there. And then let's get mask number 2. Okay. So again, we want to make sure that number 2 is there. It's popped up. I've got my washi tape here. Okay. And then this triangle, we're trying to match it up. That helps us. I feel like it just kind of saves time when we're matching up here. There we go. Okay, and so I used the light. Now I'm going to use the dark. Okay, and then I am going to lay down the dark color in the gaps of the mask. So this I found more difficult, but I think the effect is worth it. You might need to put on glasses if you're my age or older to make sure that you're staying within the little parts of the mask. Okay, so what it does is, again, I'm not an artist, so I never know where to add the extra darkness, the extra color. So the mask helps guide us. It takes away the guesswork for us. Okay, so it's very fun and it gives such a nice effect. So we're going to use this mask as a stencil and we are laying down the color. Okay, so in these larger areas, I like to use a circular motion. It's very relaxing. I highly recommend all of you get blends markers in the coordinating colors and play. So relaxing. Okay. Okay. So I'll just add our color there. And again, I don't think getting some marker on our mask, on our decorative mask, is a big deal at all. No problem. So there's these fine parts here. There we go. Okay. And so you'll see the difference between this effect and the blending brush. The blending brush gave a really subtle and soft, and you'll see this is a little more intense. A little more intense, but you're still getting that shading. Okay. Okay, so I'm intentionally not coloring in the leaves part, okay, because I found it too fussy. Okay, so there we go. Okay, I don't know if you can see. I'll hold it up later. So you still get the dark parts, but it's different with the blends, right? Because it's more of a blending effect, but you still have a clear light and dark. And so then what I did after that, I took my Shy Shamrock. I'm using the light here. And then I'm just coloring in the leaves freehand. Okay. So again, This has sort of a watercolor, loose, artsy look, so I'm not too concerned if I leave some white. You know, if I go over the lines a little bit, totally okay. But it's awesome because our Shy Shamrock markers are going to coordinate so nicely with our Shy Shamrock paper. I can't overemphasize how lovely it is to have everything coordinate. So I recommend getting the cardstock, ink pad, and markers to coordinate and match. I know it's really tempting. Some of you have some, you know, maybe some old cardstock or paper from who knows where, who knows when. And, you know, I know you don't want to waste it, but if they don't use the Stampin' Up! Colors and you don't have ink pads that match, it changes the effect from like amateur to professional. Not that we need to be professional or anything, but the outcome is just more of a wow when everything coordinates. Okay, so I'm just coloring in these little leaves. I feel like I should be playing some Zen yoga music in the background. Tell me in the comments, do you love to color or do you hate to color? Some people really love it. I love it when I'm using blends markers because they're so fun and easy to lay down the color. Okay. This is where I wish I had a fast forward. Okay. Okay, so I'm using the light, again, using the circular motion to add the color. Can't wait to see your comments. Make sure you're commenting so that it doesn't feel like I'm talking to myself. Okay, great. Let's do a little bit here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is take the dark and I'm going to add some highlights. Pretty much where the veins are is where I'm going to add some highlights. Not on all of them, but some of them. Okay, just to give that depth. Of course, you can blend as much or as little as you want, but I'm just adding some intensity of color around the veins here. Okay, I'm not worried too much about it. Okay, there we go. You can do as much or as little shading as you want. That's why they're called blends. You could be blending all day if you wanted to. I'm just going to add a touch of color here. Okay. And then we'll just do our little insides. I'm just going to use Lemon Lolly here just to add a little bit of color. Okay. Oh, did you guys notice I missed here? If I had been using the stencil, that wouldn't have been left out, but okay. So let's go ahead and cut this out with our cut and emboss machine, which is on special this month. Okay, so, or if you have a cut and emboss machine, but you want the mini one, something to take to the cottage, that's perfect. The other, at this time of year, I always feel like it's also good to grab some all-inclusive kits because it's easy and portable for you to take on vacation, get your crafting fill without, you know, having to bring your whole craft room on vacation with you. Okay. We'll get that here. And let's lay that down. I love, again, this is the power of coordinating product. Okay. Okay. Got it there. Let's look at the beauty. Then you can, I'll hold it up more so you can see. So you see how the color is definitely brighter with the blends markers, but you can still see the shading. Hopefully you can see it, where there's some parts that are lighter, some parts that are darker. Okay, because I used the dark blends with the mask on layer 2, but it's not as dramatic. You can still see it there. See how some are lighter, some are darker. So different effect. Last week we used the blending brushes and the ink, and this week we used the blends markers. Okay, so it gives, I don't know, just a different look. I was just playing, and so that's how I came up with this. Okay, let's finish our card here. Okay, so we can put it something like that. And then, of course, there's coordinating ribbon and gems. Let me show you these in color gems. Let's see whether I have them here. Okay, so here they are. They're the 2024-2026 in color shimmer gems. Okay, so that's where these babies are. Are there 3? Yes, there should be 3 of them. There we go. So we've got our Shy Shamrock gems. We've got our image all colored. Okay, this up there. And then let's stamp our sentiment here. So we'll go with the You Make My Heart Smile. You make my heart smile. Who are the people in your life that make your heart smile? I have people like that. My husband is one that he just makes me smile because he's always looking on the bright side of things. He's always making jokes. He's a silly guy, but he just makes me smile. I do have some girlfriends that are always great at just making me happy. Okay, so we'll stamp that. Again, we're going to use a beautiful petunia pop. Matchy matchy. That's why we love Stampin' Up. So we'll ink that up and pop that down. Beautiful. See that? I could never handwrite that. That's why we have stamps. Okay. And then, did you know that there is in color glimmer paper? Bam! Because you gotta have the bling bling. Let's do it. I'm actually going to use, is this the, let's see. We'll use our seal adhesive here. There we go. Okay, yay. Okay, so let's put our dimensionals on here. My dimensionals, I just cleaned up a little bit. Now my dimensionals are not in a bucket. They're just loose on my shelf. We'll see how long that lasts. Because this die cut is fairly large, I would recommend putting quite a few dimensionals on there just to give it some stability. I can even pull this piece out. Pop that on here. Okay. There we go. Yep, we can kind of put this on here, something like that. And then we've got our bling bling. I decided to go with the shiny because this card is so bright and cheerful. So let's pop that up. Our dimensionals as well. There we go. And we'll use our petunia pop ribbon, matchy matchy. And we'll use a glue dot to just put that on there. Maybe we'll trim the edge off a little bit so it's not quite so long. The cotton ribbon, you can't go wrong. It's just, now my scissors need to be sharpened, that's for sure. Okay. We'll use our glue dots. And then we will put a few little gems here. Where should we put it? Maybe one here. One here. There we go. And there is our finished card. Do you see the shading in the flowers? So we've done 3 now. I'll take this out of the envelope. I just keep putting it in the envelope because I don't want to lose the gorgeous envelope with it. Okay. And so I know this week is technically the last week of June, but remember I missed the beginning of June because I had to go, I don't know where I went. I had to go somewhere, probably for work, and I forgot. So the 4th card will probably show up next week. Okay, so look at all the different ways we've used this set. Totally different looks, but a gorgeous, gorgeous bundle. So thanks for joining me this week. I am excited to have shared this with you, and I hope it inspires you to get out your supplies and craft and create. If you don't have the right supplies, don't be afraid to message me. I can help you get what you want, depending on what sort of theme you need or what you would like to create. But I hope these cards inspired you, and make sure to tune in next week for our final installment with the Layers of Beauty bundle. And yes, we are at the end of the sale with the Stampin' Die bundles, so take advantage of that and the 10% discount on the cut and emboss machine. So don't miss out, and we will chat with you in July. Bye for now.